Matt here again, and today I'm going to give you a tour around the John Pennekamp Coral Reef State Park located in the Florida Keys. This is one of only 3 state parks in the Florida Keys that you can bring an RV to, and if you like water activities like snorkeling and scuba diving and paddleboarding and kayaking, this is the state park you're going to want to come to. Stick around and I'll show you everything that this park has to offer, including what the sights look like. There are 2 washroom facilities located throughout the park. This is one of them. They are a little older, but they are clean and well maintained. Nice hot water in the showers as well. Let's continue walking through the park here. Right now I'm walking past the campground host site, which is site 23. And we can see a site right next to it, 24, and I'll give you a closer look at this. This is a good example of what most of the sites look like. So gravel pads, fairly level and flat though. They all do have 50 amp, 30 amp, and 20 amp power. Unique thing about this state park is they do have sewer hookups as well at all of the sites. And a nice picnic table. The campground itself is pretty small. There's only about 49 campsites total, and it can be quite challenging to get into this state park, but it's worth it if you can find a spot. So look for those cancellations. Here's another example of a site. This is site 29, and you can see, again, gravel pad, fairly level. You get a picnic table. Get a little grill at the back of each of the campsites. No fire pit, however, but you do have water and you have sewer and you've got power, so all of the basic amenities. As expected at a state park, no Wi-Fi at the state park, no cable TV, and cell signal can be spotty depending on which network you're with, so keep that in mind. However, if you get out of the campground into the main beach area, the cell phone signal is just fine, and there's also some free Wi-Fi at the visitor center, so if you really need to be checking email for some reason, that's a good place to go. So right now we're walking past site 18 and site 17. All of the sites here are fairly similar in size. The lengths are pretty good. Some have a little bit more privacy than others. As I pan around here, you can see that some have a few more bushes between the different sites, but all in all, not too bad, certainly better than a KOA. This is the main bathhouse building. Again, a little out of date, but clean and well maintained and nice hot showers. So really, what more can you ask for? And within this main bathhouse facility, there is also laundry facilities. So let's have a look at that. You can see that laundry is a bit expensive here. $3.50 for a wash, $3.75 if you're doing a super cycle, and $2.50 for a dry. Also got an outdoor sink here, so if you are camping in a tent, good spot to come and wash your dishes. Here's a look at some more of the lots. This site is site 13. This one's a little bit shorter. Backs out onto the bush, which is kind of nice. Just got to watch out for those crocodiles. but all the services that you need. You've got your sewer, your power, your water, and a little grill and a picnic table. Kind of a nice view if you have a window at the back of your RV. See, back here, there's a gated area with a few RVs, and that's reserved for the staff who work in the park. Probably some volunteers as well, I would guess. Passing by lot 11 here, and lot 10. So like I said earlier, they're all fairly similar. You really can't go wrong with any of the sites here. Here is a look at our site. We're at site 42 while camping here. Very long site for a little 19-foot trailer, but not going to complain about that. So you've had a look at a bit of the campground. Now let's go and have a look at the rest of the state park, and I'll show you some of the other amenities. So we are going to head out of this gated area. So we've got a sewage dumping station right outside of the gated area. However, there's sewer hookups at each of the campsites, so you really wouldn't need that. We've got a spot to dump your trash right out on the outside here. But let's go head over and see some of the good stuff. Okay, so here you're looking at the marina store, and the marina in front of me here. Now there is a boat ramp being replaced right now, the one directly in front of me. So it's a bit of a construction zone here at the moment. You're going to see that from some of the aerial footage as well, but I'm sure it'll be great once that's all done. We have a closer look at the marina area here. You can start to see, if we look straight across there, that's where a lot of the boat tours leave. If you're looking to go out and do some snorkeling or some diving, there's a lot of options for that here. So this state park is located in Largo Sound, which means that it's somewhat sheltered from some of the heavy winds and heavy waves that you would find if you were right in the Atlantic Ocean. So that really makes it a nice area for paddleboarding and kayaking, and that's probably one of the primary things you're going to want to do if you come here, in addition to snorkeling and scuba diving. And if we continue along the marina front, you can see that currently there is the Blue Heron Cafe food truck here. So some food options if you're hungry during the day. You can see some of the tour boats that are currently docked because I'm doing this tour at the end of the day. Area to pick up your snorkeling gear, pick up and return. And you can see here lots of kayaks and other types of watercraft that you could rent while you're in the area. So because we're currently outside of the campground and in the public use area, there is another bathhouse and restroom facility over here as well. So that can be quite helpful after a day of swimming in the salt water. And next thing we're passing by here is the little store. So I'll show you inside. And also in this day use area, we do have the visitor center and aquarium. And that's kind of a neat little spot. I'll show you some footage of that. There's actually some aquariums with some live fish inside and some other exhibits to tell you about what you might find in this area. Here's a look at the Cannon Beach area. And this buoy that you see in the distance has a mock shipwreck. So if you're not looking to go far out on a tour, you can just swim over there and do a little bit of snorkeling and see some cannons under the water and an anchor. So that was kind of neat. We checked that out while we were here. But here's a bit of a look at the beach. If you are coming here, most of the sand is soft, but there's some areas like in front of me here where the rocks are quite sharp. So you're probably going to want to bring your water shoes with you. You've got a number of these covered pavilions located throughout the park. If you're looking to maybe hang out, have a picnic, be in a bit of a shaded area. And if we continue right down to the tip of the park, there's actually more construction going on. Right now there's a mangrove trail boardwalk that's being constructed here. So unfortunate that we can't check that out, but by the time you come to visit, that will likely be done, and I'm sure it'll be a very neat thing to check out. And of course, another nice beach, another great spot for swimming. And another beautiful view here. You can see lots of buoy lines set up, lots of areas where you can swim, and even do some basic snorkeling before you go out on a full-on tour. There used to be a kids park here, but it's actually been taped off and it doesn't look like it's been maintained. So don't expect to be using that while you're in the area. I did see a sign though that they are looking to do a new kids playground once they raise enough money. Over here we've got a great little area for launching kayaks and paddleboards. Nice slow incline into the water. All right, so is it worth coming to this park? Is all of the hype worth it? Well, we did really enjoy our stay here. We've stayed at all 3 state parks in the Keys. And I wouldn't say this is at the top of our list. I would say Bahia Honda probably is. But if you do want to get a tour of the 2 other state parks, stay tuned until the end of this video and I'll give you some links to that. If you like water sports, if you like snorkeling, kayaking, that kind of stuff, this is probably the right campground for you. So definitely keep checking for those cancellations. Don't worry, you'll get in eventually. As it really starts to pour rain here at the end of the tour, I'll tell you the same thing I always tell you. If there's any questions you have about this park that I wasn't able to answer in the video, please leave a comment below and I'll do my best to get back to you. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. It really does help us out. And don't forget to come back tomorrow to see where we go next.